Good morning, church. We're going through this series on the armor of God, fit to fight. I'm very excited about today, and just to remind you that it says in Ephesians 6 to put on the full armor of God. If we're going to be fit to fight, we have to put it all on, and there's 6 pieces of armor. And yesterday we talked about the belt of truth, which a lot of people might not think of as armor, but it's crucial. Because the belt of truth holds everything in place. And it's the first thing the soldier puts on. He puts that thick belt on and he tucks his robe in that and he puts his sword in that belt, and it readies him to fight. And it's basically his identity. As soon as the soldier puts that belt on, they know they are going in for battle. And of course, each one of these pieces of armor represents a part of Jesus Christ that is so cool. And of course, Jesus says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So the belt of truth is the truth of Jesus Christ. And we talked about the word yesterday for the belt of truth being honesty. We have to be honest with God, honest with others, and honest with ourselves. Well, today we're on the second piece of armor. It's a breastplate of righteousness. And Jesus is our righteousness. And that breastplate covers the heart and protects the heart, because that's what the enemy is going to attack. He's going to attack our heart. Now, let me just give a little bit of teaching here. There's a lot of people that think there's kind of the brain and the heart. The brain's logic, the heart is fickle, and the brain's really where you want to stick to. Don't trust the heart. But really, when you look at scripture, oftentimes the brain and the heart are used in the same way. And there are a few occasions where the heart is really the center of life, where all the action takes place. For example, Solomon in 1 Kings 3:9, when he asked for all that wisdom, he said, give me wisdom and discernment in my heart. And in the New Testament, if you're a follower of Jesus, we are the temple of God. Well, if we're the temple of God, where do you think the Holy of Holies is? Well, it's our heart. And so the enemy is always attacking and condemning our heart. And during this time, when a lot of us are more idle than usual, that's a devil's workshop. And man, he can come at you and condemn you because we say wrong things, we do wrong things. Sometimes we receive curses from people that we shouldn't. Nothing sadder when I'm meeting with someone in my office or in the old days at a coffee shop, and they're just worn down. And after listening to them, they've lost heart. They've lost the edge to live. And we have to walk in victory in this. We have to lift up the breastplate of righteousness, and so Jesus can protect us because we have a new heart. Let me read Ezekiel 36:26 and 27. It says this, and I will give you a new heart, and I will put a new spirit in you. I will take out the stony, stubborn heart and give you a tender, responsive heart. And that all points to the cross of Jesus Christ. See, Jesus Christ was the difference maker. We have the old covenant and the new covenant. And the covenant is basically an agreement, an arrangement with God. Before the cross of Christ, our hearts were wicked and deceitfully wicked above all things, according to Jeremiah 17. But since the cross of Jesus Christ, if you place faith in him, he changes your heart. And he makes it whole. He makes it like his heart. And he protects us. But the problem is we still have this old nature and we still have these attacks. And sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we sin. Sometimes we say things we shouldn't. Sometimes we receive things we shouldn't. Well, where do we go then? We go right to confession. We confess. If the word for the belt of truth was honesty, the word for the breastplate of righteousness is confess. When we confess, we're going right to Jesus who died for our sins. And we have to think this way. The cross of Jesus Christ definitely did something for us, but it did more than something for us. It did something in us. Okay, it did something for us, but it also did something in us. And that's where we go to 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us of our sins. That's what he does for us. But to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And that's what he does in us. So a spirit-filled believer, as we walk in our armor and walk into our rooms, into our homes, into our families, we walk with boldness. We walk with confidence because we have the armor of God. And when our heart is damaged, whether someone damaged it or we allow someone to damage it or we damage it, man, we just confess. And as soon as we confess, he not only forgives us, but he cleanses us from all unrighteousness. So I just want to encourage you today to walk in confidence. You know, all the pieces of armor are in front of us. We're never supposed to turn around and run from the enemy. We're never supposed to turn around and run from problems. We face them in the power of God. So face your problems today by placing complete faith in Jesus Christ. And remember about confession. I call it the Christian bar of soap, 1 John 1:9. Because, man, when we confess our sins, he's so faithful and he will forgive us of our sins. But then he goes the next step and he will declare us righteous. And as soon as we confess, it's like the breastplate of righteousness is lifted back in place and we are protected, and the enemy or anyone else cannot condemn us. They have no right to. So remember, church, we don't fight for victory. We fight from victory. And I'm super excited about tomorrow because the third weapon that God's given us, armor, is those shoes of peace. Please tune in tomorrow because we really need instruction from God's word, how we can take peace into this panic mode. Love you all. Looking forward to when we can gather together. Have a great day.